Hey guys, good morning! I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see lots of people I don't recognize because I never stream on Wednesday mornings, which is a variety of time zones for you guys, but hello! I do definitely see lots of my Fun Friday regulars. Rolypoly04 said, "Hi KN, glad to see you back." Dudes, I am glad to be back. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. I hope you guys have been having fun with Jazzy running the streams on Friday, and thank goodness for him because, there's just been so much going on. If you read the video description for this, chill live stream that I'm doing, it's, all I'm gonna be doing today, or while I'm testing my equipment here, is I'm just gonna be coloring my DnD artwork that well, I didn't start it yesterday. I got my setup put together yesterday, and then I started working on doing the line art for a sketch I made all the way back at the end of September. I was getting a head start because I knew October was gonna be nuts, dudes. Let me show you the sketch really quick. And then I'll get back to saying some hellos. So this was the sketch of one of my current D&D squads, and the concept was I wanted to draw them all like when they're pumpkins for Halloween, how each of these characters would carve a pumpkin. And then this was the line art, and it took a long time, but it means that my physical equipment is working, but I do want to find out if, like, my internet, I want to see how stable my internet connection is here at my new place. So, that's the idea here. Before we do anything official, like the Fun Friday stream, I just want to make sure everything's operational, so we're just gonna be chilling today. Okay, I'm gonna jump up here, and let's see, Midnight Spirit Cat said, "Hello Can, I am new in the chat, and I hope you're doing well." Hello Midnight Spirit Cat, I hope you're doing well too, and welcome! That's something that's a little bit exciting about, doing streams at unusual hours, even though, I'm sorry for everybody who's probably, I know people have, Zoom school and Zoom activities earlier in the day, but for a lot of you guys, it's actually, later in the evening, or you don't have anywhere you're supposed to be at, the morning on a Wednesday, so, that means I get to, see some new people who are around on the channel a lot, but don't get to come to the Friday streams much. Nightshine said, "And it is the spooky month." Yes it is. On my Twitter, I reposted my favorite dumb meme that I have made. There have been many memes on the Sonic Song Twitter, but, my favorite one is just this dumb one that I made last year, and I was reblogging it. Let me see if I can get it towards just the meme and not, all the politics in the right-hand sidebar. Okay, this one. Yes. It is now October. And this is such a mood. I'm gonna leave that on the screen for a second. I'm gonna go back to you guys. Oh wait, you're over here. Okay, I can't leave that on the screen. Let me move this back. Alright. I'm getting used to a new desk setup also. My configuration of where my tablet is and my computer screen and my microphone, everything's all different. However, my coffee is in the same place as it always is. Crystal Frost 7 had said, "Hello KN, it's 12:18 p.m. right now in my timeline. Are you starting to play D&D? Well, not starting exactly. Actually, I've been playing D&D for, I guess, a couple years now. I think I started in 2018, June 2018, I think, with my first group. And that group is still going, and that's, for those of you who have heard me talk about it before, my first group is the one where it's, my character is my human wizard, Hayden, and I love him. And, this is the second group that I joined in, January 2019, I think? Or was it January of this year? Oh my gosh, it might have been January this year, I gotta look, but, that just seems so short. And in this one, This guy is my character. He is a tiefling cleric of the Raven Queen, and his name is Renaud, but all of his friends call him Ren. And, he's led a warrior's life, so he can be pretty scrappy, but actually he's a sweet cinnamon roll. Is it somebody's birthday today? Beth Blocks? I saw Rachel Lisa and Haley Mitchell, and Corin Kana saying happy birthday? Happy birthday, Beth Blocks! Have a fabulous October 14th. Mr. Swiss Roll said, is it just me or does your voice sound different? I don't know. What do you guys think? If my voice sounds different, it's just because I had to disassemble my microphone and then reassemble it, so, like, it's possible that some of the settings are slightly off, or, like, maybe it's less sensitive. I don't know. You never know what's gonna happen when you take a microphone apart and then reset it. Oh, Beth Block's production said, no, it's not yet, it's next week. Happy birthday for next week! Oh, DBLCZX said, sounds the same to me. I think I just wrote back to one of your comments, DBL, on one of the videos, but I forgot which one was your comment. But I feel like I just responded to one of your comments on, like, in the videos. It was probably for Tales Plays, or it was for the Team Sonic episode of Ask the Sonic Heroes that came out this year. I can't remember. I responded to some comments this morning. Rachel Lisa said, your voice sounds the same to me, maybe slightly higher sounding. You know what's also a possibility? Maybe this is just what my morning voice sounds like. I mean, I've been awake for a bit, but I was working on this drawing until like 3 in the morning, so I'm really tired. Jason K said, this stream is a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Hello, Jason. Yeah, it's a good opportunity to get to say hello to some of you guys who don't get to come to the Friday streams much. Hello, Elena Jones, and Bailey Maloney was saying hello before. CJ the Beast, I was responding to a different comment earlier in here, so I don't have the exact words, but I saw that you said something very nice about my line art. Thank you. I actually, like, I do draw my, own, like, original stuff outside of my Sonic the Hedgehog work, and I love it very much, and I do need more practice, but, I feel like this one turned out pretty good. One of my problems is, like, I drew this sketch a while ago, and this guy, who's the centerpiece of everything, I drew him 3 different times, and he looked so stupid. I don't know why. I could not get his face not to look dumb. And that's really hard when it's like, when this character is gonna be the focal point or like the central character of the image. I can't proceed if Gaston looks dumb. But I finally, like, when I sat down to work on it yesterday, finally Gaston actually looks handsome. Thank you very much. So his player can appreciate that he's a good-looking man in this one. But I tried to do the line art for this drawing like 3 different times, and I had to stop because, like, he looked dumb all of the time. But now he looks good, yay! Mighty97 said, I have class in 10 minutes. That's okay, you have a fun time in class, and it's good to have you here for the little bit of time that you're present for. Emo13Keys said, what drawing tablet do you use? I am deeply fortunate and thankful to have a very, very nice drawing tablet now. This is a Cintiq 16, and I got it for my birthday this year. My dad and my brother and I all split costs on it because it's expensive and we are not rich. But the 3 of us split costs on it for my birthday, and so I got to upgrade to this beautiful Cintiq that I have no issues with. My drawing tablet before this one was a Cintiq 12WX, but that one was like already old by the time I bought it. I got it secondhand from a friend who gave me a nice discount, and even at a discount, my brother had to help me split costs on it. And before that, I had more like, I had an Intuos 5, and before that it was a Bamboo Fun. I always recommend that people start with like the cheap tablet, like find something that's cheap and easy, like to get a feel for drawing, because like back when I had my first tablet, I could not draw digitally very well. It was pretty bad. The switch from going traditional to digital, my art looked horrible to me for like a year. It took so long to get to a point where I liked the way my digital art looked, and I feel like that would have been way more stressful if I started on the extremely expensive tablet, but I started on the cheap one so that, like, I knew when I should invest in getting a more expensive one. But, yeah, Cintiq 16, it's very nice. Aw, and thank you, Jinx the cat. They said, how are you, KN? By the way, your art is so cool, and I want to be just like you. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I don't think it would be too bad of a thing to be similar to me. I'm fluffy, I'm nice. I drink too much coffee, though. And, I can get stressed, but who doesn't? Let me see. Rachel Lisa said, well, your facts are right, this drawing's amazing. Thank you. Okay. I probably should actually start coloring. Beth Block said, you draw humans better than me. You know what? Everyone starts somewhere. I didn't start good at drawing anything in particular. Like, I remember I always go off on tangents. I just like talking to you guys, I'm sorry. But, like, you know what, I could look up some of my older stuff, but I wouldn't have posted that stuff online if I wasn't proud of it at some point. But I remember, like, my old human art style used to be like this. Like, I still remember it took me a while to get to where, like, I was giving the faces any shape. But there's some things that have always kind of stayed. Like, I used to do it, like, this is, like, oh, wow, yeah, this is, I had, like, a character for a project I worked on named Rachel, and, she looked like something like that. I would have done better, like, back in the day, but my art style used to look like that, and, I just kind of worked on it for many years ever since. I have been drawing for a long time. I am a grandma by internet entertainer standards. And I hadn't gotten to say hello to Doremi. Thank you for coming to moderate at a random time during the day. Hello, Doremi's Melody. Let me see if I can find some of your comments that you've said before, because I've been seeing you here, but I just didn't get to see what you said. Doremi said, I'm doing okay, just got back from the doctor. I hope you're okay. I hope you do well, and you recover quickly. Guys, I think I need to go to... Those of you who have been around for a million years, you remember back when, you guys might remember that I had to go to, like, the dentist, like, every week, like, a million times. I think I need to go back to the dentist, and I find this to be tragic, because I think, like, I don't even understand what happened exactly, but, one of my teeth is not looking right. I think, like, the cap fell off of it or something, and I'm a little worried about it being, vulnerable. So, I'm gonna have to figure out what that's all about, but I'm like, oh man, I don't wanna go back to the dentist. I spent like a million years there, like, I think that was 2018 when I was, like, just at the dentist all the time getting so much work done. It doesn't hurt yet? It doesn't hurt, it just looks weird, and I don't want it to start to hurt because, like, I know that doesn't look right, and I just moved to a new town, and so I'm like, where's the dentist? What am I even supposed to do? So that's something I'm gonna have to figure out. Yeah, I literally just moved here. The days are sort of blending together a little bit, but it was, Sunday is when I pulled in, and, what is it, Wednesday? It shocks me how much time has passed, because just yesterday is when I first found where the local Starbucks is. Lucky for me, I can continue going on nice, relaxing walks and going to a familiar coffee shop, but I want to also check out some of, like, the mom and pop coffee shops and stuff. These people will know me by name eventually. I have plans to go back to the coffee shop today. It's, I think it's kind of a comfort after, uprooting myself abruptly. Daisy Hernandez said, I am scared of going to the dentist since I haven't gone in a long while. I understand. I think that's a valid feeling. That's exactly how I felt because I hadn't been to the dentist since I was a little kid. When I was going in 2018, and then I was like a full-blown adult, and I'm like, and they found a lot of stuff that was wrong, but you know what, even though that's scary, the dentists are there to help, and it's better to, like, go get a checkup and get things taken care of before they get any, like, worse, so it's okay. I was shocked about how much was wrong with my teeth. It's been a while since I've harped on this. Guys, floss. Use your dental floss. I know it's annoying. In fact, the reason I don't, I hate flossing, because, the feeling of it is like a nails on the chalkboard feeling to me, and, it's disturbing. But it's important. That's exactly the reason why I had so many, teeth issues. I couldn't see them, because all of the issues were between the teeth, which is what the flossing is supposed to take care of, and it's not like I didn't floss. I flossed, I just didn't do it well, or I didn't take enough time on it. So that was, the big thing I came out of my dentist extravaganza with. I'm just like, everyone, please floss. Me, please floss. Velocity the Hedgehog said, Sonic Song, I found a Starbucks, yes! Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That was the first thing I looked up. As much as, I enjoy mom and pop coffee shops also. I had some favorites before I had to move, but, it's kinda comforting to have one that I'm already familiar with, where I know the menu and I know my exact order. It does kinda give a sense of normalcy to a very unusual situation. Look at this cute... I love this character so much, he's so good. By the way, this character's name is Renaud, for those of you who didn't hear me introduce him earlier. This is my D&D guy. He is a tiefling cleric, and a good lad. Hello, Shadow Girl 123 and Plush Hog Productions. Welcome, welcome! And Stella Kai Productions came in and said, Hiya, KN. Hello, Stella Kai. Aw, ML Stanley said, KN, where have you been? Dudes, I was moving. I moved to a different town, same time zone, so my time zone has not changed. But I was moving far away. By the way, everybody, this character, Renaud, he looks scary because he's got horns and his skin is red, and so sometimes when people meet him, they think he's, scary or mean, but actually he is very sweet. He is a good guy. He's a healer, actually, so when people sustain injuries in battle, or if they're feeling sick or something, he is a doctor, both magically and he has practical training. So even without magic, he's a doctor, and he's very young, but he has a lot of experience doing all of this because he well, I won't get into too many details, but he became a healer at a very young age, and so he's been practicing healing people since he was very young. So he might be a little scrappy and a little grumpy sometimes if the people around him are like rude or threatening, but you know, he's got a great big smile, so he looks kind of scary. And, like, that even happens in universe. Some people think he looks like a demon or something, but he's really very sweet. And, he works hard to heal others. Also, let me give you guys a quick rundown of these people that I love. DVL said, but that's just a plain old tiefling look. I believe their ancestry is complicated, something about their predecessors making pacts and those effects diminishing over the generations. Yeah, for people who aren't familiar with D&D, like, that's who that explanation of what a tiefling is for, because they have a complicated sort of history, but they're, not inherently, like, bad people or anything like that. So, this is Renaud. He's my tiefling healer. He's a life cleric. A little scrappy, but he is actually a cinnamon roll around the right people. This character over here, he is also a tiefling, and he is a monk, and he's got, like, fire. He's like the Avatar. He's got, like, fire and water and earth and air powers and stuff. His name is Nathaniel Keen of the House of Keen. He is actually, like... Apparently, dude is a prince, but he really doesn't act like it. He will fight anything that moves, but actually he's a softie more so than he'll let on. And actually, Nate is Ren's boyfriend. So yeah, they're actually very sweet and dumb together. But you can see that Nate has some issues he's working out. But like I said, he's actually a big softie. He's like ended up crying about Ren getting hurt like at least 2 or 3 times recently. They've had it kind of rough lately, but he's very sweet. And I think in game they started dating like yesterday, so it was very recent, or at least they made it official, quote unquote, yesterday. So they're both very sweet. That's Ren and Nate. This lady here, she is an elf, and like she's a high elf, and she's a fighter ranger, so she spends a lot of her time out in the wilderness protecting her wife, because she's got like a fae wife named Rosemary, and like everybody keeps trying to mess with her, so she's just like spent the last like 100 or 200 years like trying to get, like, you know, fighting people to make them leave her wife alone. But she was a professor at like a mage college before that, so she's also really smart, and she lives off the land, which is why she used her pumpkin for target practice and found that to be perfectly acceptable. Her name is actually Mayberry, but she goes by Maverick or Mav, and like she kind of ended up adopting, quote unquote, adopting all these idiots because they're very dumb and they need her help. Thank you for the Nux Bucks, Kirsten. I will jump back to that briefly in a moment. This gentleman who I put in the center here, he is a human paladin for the god Bahamut, who is a dragon god. And his name is Gaston de Martin. And he is a very, he's what you would expect from a paladin. He's a very noble person. And he's got, like, I think it's funny that he's got, like, this passive-aggressive kind of smile when people are doing dumb stuff around him. But you know what? It's okay. He's dumb too. he and Ren disappeared at one point recently under very, very concerning circumstances, and so Nate and Gaston teamed up to go look for him because Nate was like, "Oh God, what happened to my boyfriend? I'm so frustrated. I think he got kidnapped." And Gaston's like, "Okay, calm down, Nathaniel, we will find him." And then they ended up, like, accidentally teleporting themselves into, like, the land of the dead. It was like, but it was Valhalla, so at least they met some cool dudes that that let them go home. But, like, the Valkyries were definitely gonna kill those two, but they talked their way out of it because Gaston is a very, he's very persuasive, and thank goodness for that, because Nate was like, well, time to fight the Valkyries, and he would have lost. Even though I think Nate had the thought of, like, well, at least if we die, it was cool. So he's that kind of guy. And this guy over here, his name is Gary. He is a half-elf with some mysterious background connections to some extremely powerful people. But he's a bard. All he wants to do is be an actor and start his acting troupe, the Gary Tillerman acting troupe. And so, like, actually, they have to sneak into a place under the guise of being an acting troupe, so Gary just finished holding auditions, and all of these guys have to be in the show, even though Mav really hates the idea of having to do any acting. Gaston did average. Nate is actually, like, he loves acting, so he did very well. And poor Ren can't read, so he has trouble with scripts, but his memory is good, so he just needs a little help, so probably Mav is gonna help him out. But Gary is very handsome, very suave, plays many instruments, and I think he's one of the most guarded people in here. Like, you know, the bards are extremely charismatic and everything, but Gary really doesn't want to let anybody, like, in, because, like, his family members are extremely manipulative and often very cruel people, and he knows how to deal with people like that, so Gary is actually extremely helpful in really rough social situations with evil people. But because he, like, grew up with people who were just like that, and it was everyone he knew that kind of sucked, he's pretty guarded, and he keeps everybody at arm's length, but I think everyone's starting to slowly get through to him. Anyway, squad, that's who all these guys are. That's Renaud, Nate, Gary, Gaston, and Mav. Alright, so I'm gonna check a few comments, and then I'm gonna go back to coloring, because I've, like, barely done any coloring, because I've been just, I've been excited to talk to you guys. So I'm gonna jump back to Kirsten Johnson. Thank you for the 2 Nux Bucks. They said Tails was in my sports podcast stream on September 2nd. Ooh, well, nice. I'm glad to hear Tails made a cameo. That's always fun. Hello, Sonic Kid. Good morning, by the way, to the agents of 182 who are here. I know Sonic Kid is, Nafisa Ahmed is here, and Mr. Swiss Roll. There might be more of you guys. I think, let me scroll a little more. Yeah, I know there was, like, a couple more of you guys, but hello really quick to the agents, and let me come down and see, yes, Jason K, hello to you too. Let me see. Aha! Vince! Hello, Sparky Raptor, aka Vince, aka voice actor for E123 Omega and Grounder from the classic team Scratch and Grounder, is here to visit us, and he shouted, DnD! Yes. Vince, I still need to get around. I want to do, like, I want to do a doodle of Renaud and your tiefling. I think it would be cute. Just Renaud and Verico hanging out. Since I have become a big fan of Tiefs. I love them. They are some of my favorite designs to look at on Twitter. And Brandon Whitehead said, I have a half-elf on Baldur's Gate for PC that is both a mage and a cleric. Nice. Multi-class. And he be vibin' dough, said hi, KN. Hi! Good morning! Alright. I've got, like, some random, like, chill jazz going on at the moment. I hope you have been well, Vince. I really need to book it on some of the coloring here. Let's do Ren Skint. Oh my goodness, that is a complete disaster of typing over here. There we go. Okay, and now let's do Ren Horns. Alright. Let's see. Let me zoom in here. Oh god. Okay, there I am. Now I will color his fancy horns. He's got a lot of them. He's a little pointy. So he's got, it's like, there's this one, this one, this one, and then he's got like a little ridge of horns going up his face, so you gotta be kind of careful not to get poked on something. But, it's okay. It's like the forehead ridge ones that are pretty sharp. The other ones are like goat horns, I guess. You wouldn't get, like, gored on them. It's just there is much pointiness going on. Alright, let's move. Yeah, I think I spent like, how long was that? Like 40 minutes just kind of chatting? Here we go. It was 31 minutes chatting, and you know what? That is fair enough. Meanwhile, thank you, YouTube. You have frozen the chat. Let's see. Let's see if I can wake it up. YouTube froze the chat. I can tell it ceased movement. And let's see. Ah, yes. Now the chat is moving again. Have fun dressing as Deadpool for Halloween, Sonic Kid. And, Rachel Lisa said, the horns are so cute, though. And Sparky Raptor said, though I should stop making tieflings. Never stop. Never stop. Sparky Raptor said, ah, 2 devil baboos chilling. Tieflings are awesome. They're a lot of fun to design. And, like, they've got such, like, an interesting, like, sort of built-in history. And, I like that they can randomly, like, in self-defense just burst into flames. You know, if, like, somebody attacks them or startles them, they can just light themselves, like, they just, like a phoenix, they just burst into flames for a second, and they're like, oh, sorry. It's good stuff. Actually, my boy, Renaud, he used that, momentarily catch on fire thing to, burn some dead plants to use as, prayer ashes. He and his friends kind of have a funeral they need to go to tonight, so you know what? Sometimes life in D&D is a little rough. But all the PCs are still alive! Still alive. Here we go. Let's get a little horn colored here. Doremi's Melody said, although I'm not into D&D that much, the tieflings attract more of my attention. Yeah, they're just, even if you're, like, not, a D&D player, they're just some really interesting designs. Like, there's, kind of, like, canon design recommendations in the, D&D handbook, the player's handbook, but, like, people get really creative with it, because D&D is a game where, like, the rule books are, like, guidelines / suggestions, so you can, like, really run with anything and, like, really make it your own and stuff. So, like, the, like, even the standard tiefling designs are very, very interesting. The unstandard ones can get really unique. I just see, like, lots of neat stuff on, like, my personal Twitter about, people's different teeth designs, and I love them. They're so interesting. My other long-term D&D character is a human wizard, so I've got one very normal-looking dude whom I love, and this strange cinnamon roll whom I also love. Tomboy HNS said, yes, I love D&D's flexibility. That is part of what's a lot of fun about it, that you can be really flexible. Including with, like, sometimes, like, the handbook would be like, oh yes, this type of character is almost always evil, and I'm like, the heck they are not! You can make it whatever you want to be, and so, like, you know, even kind of scary looking characters can be sweet cinnamon rolls. MC Gemstone said, oh, this is new. Neat! Thank you. I'm not sure if you mean the art or the unusual streaming hours. I am doing I'm testing out all my equipment to make sure things will be smooth for picking up on Fun Friday again, cause, Jazzy was asking if I needed him to cover one more, but he's already done 2 in a row. So I wanted to make sure I had everything all set up so that I can come back and do Fun Friday this week, this start of the weekend. And we've got like a big fancy Fun Friday that we're working on organizing for the 23rd of October. But that one is still very much in planning stages, so I'm gonna keep the details to myself. But I do need to have my equipment ready to run something that ambitious, so, this is just me relaxing for a little bit, and also, like, just chilling with you guys, because, yeesh, what an interesting couple of weeks. I, like, wasn't even logged into the internet for, like, 2 weeks. It was, interesting. Nafisa Ahmed said, so this is like a test stream. Yes, it is like a test stream. And Stella Kai said, I just realized this is not Friday. Yep, no, it is not Friday. Rosie the cat asked, who misses Sonic Underground? I haven't watched it in forever, but I know almost the whole song still. You know, Sonic Underground was one I never caught when it was on the television. So I didn't grow up with that one. For me, it was Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is probably why, like, I love Scratch and Grounder so much. Like, they are my favorite badniks. You guys know, I had, like, expensive plushies crafted of them after I saved for, like, I have always wanted a really nice Scratch and Grounder plushie. But, let me see. This is fine. But Sonic Underground I didn't grow up with. I do remember, though, that I was told about it, and, like, I was told there was Knuckles in it, and I'm like, that sounds fake. Knuckles was never in one of the cartoons. Oh, speaking of Knuckles, hey, buddy. Knuckles was never in one of the cartoons, and now I wish I had seen it as a kid. I would have lost my mind. I would have lost my mind. Because obviously, like, Knuckles is my favorite lad. I need... Not that one. Okay, I just needed to, like, see what his outfit looked like. Okay, I'm gonna open up a reference image here, because I'm just trying to make sure I'm coloring his, sleeve cuffs correctly. This was, this was an early drawing of Ren and Nate, so I don't have, like... There's something kind of off, I think, about, like, the way Ren's face looks in this one. He looks, like, way younger than he's supposed to in here, because Ren is, like, he's either 19 or 20, maybe 21. He's not actually sure. He lost track of his age, like, a long time ago. But that's Ren and Nate, and I was just opening this up so I can get... Alright, so his sleeves do have, like, the dark coloring on them. I just wanted to make sure I'm not doing anything weird. They're the same color as his cloak. Hello, Courtney. I hope that you're having a good morning. Courtney from Project S&T said, Sonic Underground came on before Pokemon, so when my parents taped the episodes for me, I would watch the tail end of each episode of Underground. Interesting. Back in the day, when we had to video, like, things to save on TV, do we still do that? I feel like everybody streams stuff. I don't watch enough TV to know. Quick hello to Super Sonic from Dominic. I hope you're having a good morning. Aw, and thank you everybody who said they were adorable. Haley Mitchell was saying they're adorable, and Vertera Palmer also said that. Thank you guys. I am glad. I love them both. They're very dumb and very sweet. I think it was DBL who was asking what the average intelligence level of this group is. You know what? I think in terms of stats, everybody is actually fine with their stats, but like nobody's got like negative intelligence modifiers or anything. We just make dumb decisions. And the one of us that is really smart, I don't know, I'm not sure if her stats technically support that, but she's played intelligently, so sometimes the stats don't necessarily matter. Like, the dice end up just determining how successful she is in researching a thing or finding stuff, but she's very focused, so she doesn't get thrown off if she doesn't find the information she needs right away. Let's get Rengold accents. So let me get her in there. Let's see. Okay. Alright, I was checking my information here. He's got his little gold accents. This is his fancy cloak, by the way. When he first showed up in the game, he was like, he just came straight out of the desert with a violent experience. So he was like, he looked a lot less fancy when he came in, but you know what? He was happy to be there. He was like, dude, forget that desert. That desert sucked. Ren hair. Hair base? Okay. Alright. Let me... Yeah, I can see that, okay. Sometimes it's better to have, like, a different background color. Oh, no! Don't do that. Let me get a different background, though. Let's make it a nice, blue. There, yeah, that's okay. I just need to be able to see, like, make sure I'm... Oh, God! That is not what I meant to do. There we go. I just want to see what I'm doing here. Okay. Here we are starting. Hello, Lawanda Patchinose. Forgive me, I probably mispronounced your name, but Lawanda said, hi, I'm new. Hello. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to the chat. Jeffrey Watkins. I don't think I recognize your name. Hello, Jeffrey. They asked, so is this for a project for fun or something else? This is a piece of artwork that is just for fun. It's a group picture of one of my D&D groups that I play in weekly. So like it's not for anything that would show up on YouTube or anything. It's just real quick. Here's like the rest of the image. I'm just doing a test stream, making sure all of my equipment works before Fun Friday so that I can confidently tell Jazzy that I've got Friday covered for this week. So it's not like for a cartoon or anything I'm making, although I wish. This would be impossible to animate though. It's very action oriented. But yeah, this is just my D&D group, or one of the two. A lot of the players from this game are the same as the other game that I'm in with my human wizard Hayden. So, but not everybody is from that other squad. There we go. What's good? I'll get back to this business later. Let's go to the eyes. Okay. And eyes. Alright, so he's got totally yellow eyes and a darker yellow pupil. So he's got sort of unusual eyes going on here. Let's see. He is coming along well. Where is your shirt color? Why is this not one of the things I listed? I wonder if it's That's something I missed. What is... Oh. Let's get my reference image up. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of messed up a little bit on the labeling of that ref sheet, didn't I? Dude, where's this color? This is the color that's missing. This is the shirt color, which is here. Disastrous. This was the first time I tried to make a character ref sheet, so there's like some mistakes. But, well, it's on the internet now already. Ren shirt. Okay, this is the next one. Also a very light color, so I'm gonna keep my blue layer on just so I can see a little easier what I'm doing. Let's see. Alright. Let's keep going here. Again, we've got some chill jazz in the background. This is a very chill, unserious stream. Just, whoa, okay, let me... What the... No! Okay, here it is. Sonic Kid was asking who is my favorite Avenger from the Avengers. I'm gonna, like... I don't know the characters very well. I saw some of the Marvel movies, and I hope I'm not, like, getting mixed up. But, like... Tom Holland's Spider-Man is so cute. I love him. Does that count? I would probably say him. I like Thor a lot. He was pretty... Okay, Thor's, like, intro movie, I saw that one, and I thought it was kind of boring. The thing that was interesting about Thor's movie was, like, his first one was I really liked Thor himself. I thought he was funny. And I liked Loki a lot. So Thor and Loki I really enjoyed, and there was like there was another Thor movie that came out. I can't remember which one it was. Well, I don't remember what the name was, but it was like it was the one where he teams up with the Hulk on like some other planet or dimension or something. That one was pretty good. That one was really funny. I think that Thor and Loki are like at their best when they're like up to shenanigans together. Like, the difference between the two of them and Loki never quite being trustworthy and like what no I think that they're a lot of fun together. So I will say Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and then like Thor and Loki by extension, because I always really enjoyed the way they worked together. Sonic Kid said that was Thor Ragnarok. Oh, okay, yeah, actually the whole chat was saying, like, it's Thor Ragnarok. That one was good. I liked that one. I thought it was funny. I feel like I engage better with superhero movies when they do have a sense of humor, but I missed a lot of them. I saw, you know, I have a friend who really is into Marvel movies, except that she hates Spider-Man. I don't know why Spider-Man specifically, she hates him. I'm like, what? I'm so shocked. She loves everything about superheroes, but she hates Spider-Man. I was like, okay. But, she really enjoys all of the other heroes, and so, I have seen a bunch of the movies because I'm friends with her and we go to, like, movie theaters, and even though it wasn't necessarily, like, I wasn't, like, the best superhero movie person, but I did see a bunch of them because, I went with her, but I can't remember all the ones that I did see. I didn't see, like, Endgame. I saw the first Avengers movie where they all gathered up and they were having a fight in New York City, and, like, Tony Stark got, like, sucked into another dimension or something. I don't know what was going on. I think I've seen all of the Iron Man ones, and I thought those were pretty good. I need to open up another reference image, because I don't know what I'm doing. Usually it's for coloring where I need the ref images. I guess that one's okay. That one's pretty good for Mav, but... Well... That'll help with part of it. Okay, here's one that I drew of, like, back in May, I guess. Here's Mav, and she's trying to help Ren learn how to read. He used to know how, and now he reads, he can read some words in, Orcish, because, like, that's where he spent a lot of his time. That's also where he got his medical training. He was with, some orcs for a very long time. But he can't he used to be able to read in Common and, like, probably at least one other language, maybe, like, Elvish, but he forgot how because, like, a lot happened to him after he was, like, stuff went down after he turned, like, 8. And, he had to not, like, he didn't really, read much after that, so now he can't, and he's really embarrassed about it, and so, since Mav used to be a teacher, and she finds, like, a lot of inner peace in helping others learn things. Mav's been helping Ren, like, regain his ability to read things. Aw, Sparky Raptor said, "Oh no, poor baby." Yeah, it's been kind of rough. And CJ was saying, "A doctor who can't read, huh?" Well, he doesn't advertise that. And technically, since this is, like, a medieval type setting, there's plenty of people who can't read. And Ren is a medical doctor, both in, like, he just knows practical combat medicine that he just learned as he went, because, like, okay, we're in the middle of a horrendous battle. That guy's leg just fell off. I need to go do something about that. I'm 12 years old! That's sort of what, his childhood was like. It was very, distressing in a lot of ways, but he also had, magic healing, and so, like, you don't really need to know how to read to heal somebody with magic, so... And Sparky Raptor saying was, doctors are more of a practice than a profession. Yeah. But, you know, there's plenty of people who can't read in his time period. It's just, he knows that he used to be able to do it, and so the things he forgot because he was so busy with other things, it embarrasses him, the things that he has forgotten, so Mav's helping him out. You know what, let me get... That's alright. Let me see if I can find something here. I kind of forget where this is. I don't know if I sent that to myself, because if I didn't, it's gonna be hard to find it. Oh, these are some interesting reference images, but not the reference image I'm looking for. Nope, no, it's not there. Okay, that's fine. I don't need it. It's okay. Callum Kent said, "Hi, KN. I would have joined earlier, but I was eating dinner." Ah, time zones. Fascinating. Well, that is okay. Welcome now, Callum Kent. It is sort of interesting to, but hang on a second. Mav's skin tone. Okay. It is interesting to stream at different hours because, like, it's morning for me. It's 10 in the morning. But for some people, it's literally dinner time. And I know, like, when Fun Fridays are going, it's like 3 to 5 in my time zone, but it's like the middle of the night for other people. It's really interesting. Today is a test stream, very chill, no big point to it or anything. It's just a chance to hang out because I've been gone for like 2 weeks, and I was like, yeesh. Rachel Schilder said, "It's lunchtime for me." And Jason K said, "It's also 10 in the morning for me." Nafisa Ahmed said, "It's 1:12 p.m. where I am." No, that's what Wild Style said. Wild Style 1102 said it's 1:12 p.m. where I am, and Nafisa said it's 12 p.m. for me. Sonic Kid said, "For me in Mexico, it's 12 p.m. in the evening." Oh my gosh, so it's like, is it in the middle of the night for you? No, in the afternoon, I think, is what you mean. Maybe. Maybe? I don't think it'd be like that. Yeah, I think that is it, like PM, like afternoon. That seems to be where most of you guys are. And Courtney said, time is weird. And Enna K64 said, Courtney, so true. CJ the Beast said, I forgot to say this, but I hope you didn't have too much trouble moving, KN. It was complete chaos. Terrible. I am so relieved that I'm finally actually here. It took way longer to pack the place than anyone could have ever expected. I did not live alone before, and I still don't currently, but you know, my room and my space was easy to pack because it's you know, I didn't have that much stuff, but getting the rest of the place packed up was pure chaos. Boy, am I glad that that part is over, and then it was a long drive that took 2 days to get where I am now, but, you know what, it was kind of horrifying in the moment, but I'm here and I'm safe, and I don't have to do that again for a while. I might move again in the next few months, maybe. I don't know, but, we will see what happens. I don't think it'll be quite as drastic of a move if I move a second time. It would just be going to, a different house in the same area, I think, is, what the idea there would be. But, you know what? It's been a very unpredictable year. So, I'm just kind of rolling with the punches, just like everybody. But the necessity of moving really came up quite suddenly, which was part of why it was so chaotic. It came out of nowhere, just suddenly, okay, it's time to move right now. And I'm like, okay, that's alright. Little Winged Karibo said, my parents just got a D&D board game. Interesting. Well, that sounds like fun. I haven't played a D&D board game before, but I'm pretty sure, there's a lot of different, you know, there's, D&D video games and stuff. There's, a lot of different ways to experience the game. Mav, what happened to your other hand is not present? I'm gonna say her sleeves are rolled up. So, who wouldn't roll up your sleeves while carving a pumpkin? And hers clearly has some of, the guts still hanging on, so... Go. Okay. That's good for now. Let me get in Mav's hair. I already have this one open. Doot 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 doot. And Mav is the party's mom friend. She is a pretty tough lady. You can see she's got scars all over. You know, she really is very nice, but she doesn't, I don't think that she meant to, adopt all of these idiot sons, but she has, because they need her help and she loves them and she can't help it. I think the one she's closest to is, Gary, actually, who's, the half-elf who's pretty closed off. Those two they argue a lot, but, Mav is somebody that Gary really, really sincerely cares about, which surprises him, but I think it's because they don't get along all the time, exactly. They're pretty opposed on certain things, but I think it's just, Mav is, proven time and time again that she, really cares about him and she's there for him and stuff, so they might fight about things, but she's got his back, and that's something he hasn't experienced very much in his life, so he likes Mav a lot. She's clearly the one he's closest to in this group, but everybody's kind of getting closer with more and more adventures going on. Let me Oh, I'll erase that in a second. I'm coloring out of the lines, but it's okay. There we go. Sparky Raptor said, D&D party moms / dads are amazing and have to put up with a lot. Yeah, it's true. Nifisa Ahmed said, she's an awesome mom friend. CJ the Beast said, is there a resident dad friend too? I would say, like, we've kind of decided as a group that the vibe we get from these characters, like, everyone, you know, everybody here is an adult. Like, probably the youngest one is Ren, but he's not even sure how old he is. He's somewhere between 19 and 21 years old, so he's, like, he's in a young but an adult age. So these are all, like, adults. Nobody here is, like, a kid. But the vibe that they give off is that Mav is, like, she's the mom friend. Gaston, who's this guy here, he's, like, he's the cool, like, got his act together older brother who's away at college. Like a Tadashi character from Big Hero 6, kind of like that. Gary is the cool, like, kind of aloof older brother who's in high school, who's kind of more standoffish. Nate is kinda in that same category, except, like, he'd be the quote-unquote younger one. He's, like, the one that just entered high school and he's got something to prove. So, he's, more of a troublemaker, while he, the senior in high school, has it figured out, but he still thinks he's a little, you know, he's a cool dude and people need to not cramp his style. And meanwhile, like, even though Ren comes from a pretty violent background, to be honest, and he is a very, like, fierce fighter because he's had to be, like, he gives off the vibe of, like, the sweet baby brother in the group that everybody needs to protect. So, like, we don't have a resident dad friend, but, like, Ren does have, like, there's this guy who's this completely terrifying looking elf guy. He's a Shadarkai elf, which he just looks very scary. He looks like a band member from Kiss. but like evil looking, except actually he's like that character's name is Alcide and he's actually like a big dork. He just looks really scary. That guy was like Ren's resident dad friend. And he did find out actually they're related. Alcide is his grandpa. Alcide doesn't know that yet. But Ren met his wife and found out that he's her grandson. He was like, oh shoot. He's not a dad friend, he's a grandpa friend. So yeah, we, no resident dad friend, not exactly. The closest would be, like, Gaston, I guess, except he's like the older brother in college. He doesn't give off a dad vibe exactly. Let's see. Nafisa was saying, KN, in your Rouge voice, can you say hi to Kirsten Johnson, please? I can give that a try. Let me see if I've... Hang on, I'll drink coffee, like Rouge, and that'll get me warmed up. My coffee got cold. What a shame. Well, anyway, let's see. Hello, Kirsten Johnson! Let me try that again. Hello, Kirsten Johnson. Forgive me, my coffee is cold. It's a great tragedy. May your coffee and warm beverages always be nice and warm at the perfect temperature. Have a good Wednesday. I'm almost not used to saying Wednesday. It's like Friday, always. Puppy Gaming YT said rip coffee. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I've been streaming since, like, 9-something, so... And I had it before that, so I guess that shouldn't be a surprise that I have let my coffee grow cold. Let me see, Mav, I'm gonna maybe put you in your, like, yellow shirt here. You can't see much of Mav, so I'm just gonna say Mav clothes. She's just behind this pumpkin she shot 3 times with a bunch of arrows. I hope that ends up looking okay against, like, a pumpkin like orange. I think it'll be alright. We'll see. Let's do that. I don't like have proper ref sheets of most of these characters. I just know like what colors they tend to wear. And let me go to my line art real quick because, whoa, that looks interesting. Okay, okay, here's Mav's line art. I just noticed. I've got my folders well labeled, but I didn't necessarily, like, do quite enough footwork here in, making, like, I didn't label all the, lines. But that's okay, they're all sort of an amorphous blob anyway. Okay. Here we go. Alright, that looks better. I didn't notice that until just now. Okay, time to close Mav's line art. And let me actually give this its proper name also. Line art. Okay. Beautiful. Alright, let's get back in here. I'm gonna give... Oh wait, I think I've got that in the ref too, but that's hard to color pick, isn't it? Yeah, it's alright. I'm gonna color Mav's scars here. She didn't have these as a professor. These, of course, she got like later in all of her wife-protecting adventures in the forest. Or at least I think that's the case. Oops, I gotta... here. Oh, they're just old cuts and scrapes. Let me not color over her eyebrow. There we go. And she's got that one. Alright. What color are your eyes again, Mav? Green! Okay. Alright, let's get Mav eyes. Here, just let me do like that, and then I'll get the little white shine in there after. That's okay. That's all right. I can do that. Okay, there's Mav's flat color, so I've got Ren and Mav. I'm probably gonna move to Gaston, then Gary, then Nate, and kind of like go in a circle. Beth Blocks Productions said, KN, you should do drawing tutorials. I think that'd be kind of fun. I'm not sure if I draw consistently enough to really give tutorials. Like, my art style, like, it's clearly got, like, a style to it, but my consistency isn't exactly great. I'm not really sure what I would teach somebody. Like, I don't know what lesson number 1 would be. I have no idea what people would want to see. Like a basic Sonic character. But there's like, for Sonic characters, there's already so many tutorials about, how to draw them well. In fact, that's how I learned how to draw Sonic characters. I followed some tutorials. Let me see. I need a Gaston reference. Oh, I should have opened that one to begin with. That's everybody. Nah, that's okay. Let me get Gaston! He's nothing like Disney's Gaston, by the way. He is a good person. What did I do here? Okay. I still maybe need that one up for Nate. Mav... I don't want to overload, like, my... There it is, but it's not, like, coming up. There it is, okay. It came up on my other screen for some reason. Okay, okay. Okay, so this one is a colored version of Gaston. The first thing that Ren did with Gaston for bonding purposes is Gaston's really very well versed in many weapons, as he is a knight and a paladin, and Ren wanted to learn how to fight with a glaive. He is not proficient in fighting with a glaive. He had no idea what he was doing. It's just that that guy I mentioned before that Ren liked a lot, named Alcide, now that guy is like a warrior with like a legendary sword, and stuff. He's really cool, but also like a huge dweeb. But at the same time, he finds a balance. But Alcide uses a legendary weapon that happens to be a glaive, and Ren was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And so he like got a glaive from the bazaar, and he was trying to train with it by himself, but he was just like using it like a baseball bat to beat the snot out of a training dummy. And Gaston was like, oh god, I must help this man. And so they started doing weapons training together. So that's one of the first things these two did for bonding. There was also a thing where these two and also Nate, this guy, they went to the club. All Ren did was he hung out with the band because he's very good at playing the drums, usually like beat poetry style drumming, but he can rock out. And then Gaston and Nate went and partied it up and danced a bunch, and Ren had to keep an eye on them. But yes, that is Gaston. Crystal Frost 7 said, reminds me of Shiro when they did a similar thing to D&D. He always wanted to be a paladin. Interesting. I haven't seen the show. The guy in my campaign that plays this character Gaston, he does like the character Shiro, though, so there's something. Congrats on getting 11 subs, Plush Hog Productions. Let me get this man. I'll start with the skin tone here. Gaston. There we go. I better save my word here. I think Stargaze just came into the chat. Hello, Stargaze. I think I haven't gotten to say hello to Rin the Hedgehog either. Hello. Hello, Rin. Skylar Baker said, Team 182, you make me smile, I think. It's got a smiley face with the peace sign. Yas. And Nafisa said, yes, save your work, KN. Absolutely. Stargaze said, did I miss anything? Not really. This is just like a test stream to make sure all my equipment is working, that my tablet's going, that my internet is stable. Hopefully, I feel like it's been pretty stable. I haven't noticed any issues. But I did, just hook my, computer up to the internet. And all we've really been doing is I've just been chatting about, my D&D group and these characters. I drew the sketch for this drawing, back at near the end of September, and I was really, really busy since then because I was moving to a different town many, many hours away. It took 2 days to drive here. But yeah, I finally picked it up again yesterday after I got my tablet all hooked up, and this morning I was like, I'm gonna finish my drawing. It's kind of a relief to be able to sit and draw. I've been wanting to draw for weeks, but I was too busy moving and all of my computer equipment was dismantled and put in boxes. So I was gonna finish, and then I was like, you know what, I also didn't get to do for a few weeks that I miss. That would be streaming and hanging out with everybody. So we're just doing a really chill stream while I color this D&D picture. There we go. We've got Gaston's hands are over here. We check the chat again. Stella Kai Productions said, where's Vinny, by the way? You know what? I don't know what, I would guess he's, maybe he's at work. 'Cause, I'm not sure what his schedules are like at all on Wednesdays. We don't, cause I'm usually streaming on Friday, so I kinda know what he's up to on Fridays. But yeah, a Wednesday morning, much less, I have no idea. But I'm sure he's doing well. I imagine he's probably working. Or, if he happens to have Wednesday off, I hope he's relaxing. Callum Kent said, the stream's been running perfectly smoothly so far on my end. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Midnight Spirit Cat said, yes, paladins are so cool, and I wonder how Gaston and Shakar would interact since they follow Bahamut. Oh, interesting. I didn't even think about that. For anybody who doesn't know, Shakar is the Dragonborn Paladin from the D&D game that they play over on OVAS. I believe it's Saturdays, but I don't think it's every Saturday. I think it might be every other Saturday. But they live stream their D&D campaign, and Shakar is the Dragonborn Paladin following Bahamut, and he is played by Wolfblade. Yay! Who's over here if you need another reference. Wolfblade is our current Knuckles the Echidna and Scratch voice actor. Let's see, and a few of you guys came in just now. I think it was, oh, Coconut Woomy. Hello, it's been a while. Coconut Woomy said dropping by to say hi. Hello! And Georgina Scott, I think that's the first time I've seen you pop up in chat. Georgina said, love the artwork, KN. Thank you. I am glad to hear that. I feel like this one's going pretty well. I'm kind of proud of it. It took me so many tries to actually get it looking good because this character right here, Gaston, he's the focal point of the whole image, and his face looked so dumb. The first 3 times I tried to draw it, I'm like, nope, this is not an art day. This image is not gonna work if the focal character looks dumb. So, I think it's finally going well, which is nice. Georgina Scott followed up again by saying, glad the stream's working again. Jazzy had some bad luck with the After Dark stream. Oh boy. Well, Jazzy and I stream from different locations on different equipment, so, whatever was happening to that poor man, it wouldn't necessarily be repeated over here. I've got a brand new streaming setup, though, with different internet, so I'm testing it out just to make sure everything looks okay. And in the meantime, I'm also just having a grand old time coloring my D&D picture. Okay, Gaston hair. Alright, Gaston is a redhead. Oh, I guess I can my eyes! Okay, I can turn the blue off for now because this reddish brownish color is easier to see without it, so that is fine. Everybody is saying hello to Rainboom Blitz and Faith. Let me see. Have Faith came in and said lots of chaos in D&D sessions. Oh, absolutely. That's where I was saying earlier in the stream that the characters themselves don't, like, this group doesn't have, like, bad intelligence stats or anything. We're just kind of dumb, so sometimes we do some pretty ridiculous things. Actually, there's a lot of, like tactical, like, war conversation stuff that happens in this game, because it's, like, a big, like, battle tactics. Like, it's got a lot of that going on, because there's, like, a bunch of, countries with, like, a civil war going on. Something, it kicked off because, like, a bunch of the countries had, like, I think it was just one of them, but they were keeping all the, like, any sorcerer they could find, they were keeping locked up in a tower, and then the sorcerers finally rebelled, like, dude, that's messed up. And so then the sorcerers, like, busted loose in a rather spectacular fashion, with many repercussions, and there's, like, a bunch of, like, countries that are really disagreeing about how to handle the thing with the sorcerers, and I get, like, our characters, well, you know, a lot of our characters technically have nothing to do with the politics. They just wandered into this situation like, what the heck is going on? So, like, I guess I can speak best for my character, Renaud. Like, he's just a fancy healer who was just out in, like, the wilderness for a long time in various places, so he had no idea any of this stuff was going on. But the only reason he got involved is because, like, he got rescued from a bad situation by Alcide, who is, one of the, like, he's He's a legendary warrior slash knight guy from one of the, like, the countries that's involved in this whole thing. And so Ren only got involved because, he wanted to help Alcide, and, they had, like, you know, the missions were good for, like, Ren wants to do important, helpful things for good people. So, like, that's just kind of how he got involved. Like, poor Mav and Gaston aren't from any of these countries either. They got dragged in because, like, both of them, there was a mistaken identity situation, and they both just got, like, arrested, and, like, the big, scary, evil people running around trying to destroy the world, and they're, like, stirring the pot with, like, all of this, you know, strife between the countries. Like, these two just accidentally got involved with, like, those evil people, and they were, like, trying to save people that got... So they're stuck here. They're like, we don't care about the politics here either, but we kind of have to, like, figure out what's going on. All Gary here wanted to do was come and be an actor, but, like, he's got some very complicated, familial connections, and a lot of the really important, terrifying bad guys have a problem with that. I think they want to sacrifice Gary, and Gary's like, all I wanted to do was, like, put on, like, Shakespeare plays. I hate all of you. And then, like, Nate, he joined the group around the same, like, at the same time that Ren did, but the whole point was that, like, he's, like, a troublemaker prince, and his dads were like, son, you need to, like, go out and learn to help people because this is kind of messed up. You need to stop, like, catching things on fire and, like, getting in fist fights all the time. And Nate's like, ugh, fine. And, like, he's not a bad person, he's just a troublemaker and he likes to fight. So he's trying to use his fighting impulses to help good guys now instead of, like, being a bad guy. So he's doing very well. Nate has been very good. He's trying to turn it around. But, like, literally none of these people are even from any of these countries that are fighting each other. It's just they got involved by accident, they stumbled into it, they came in to help a friend, and or I think, like, all these guys had a big problem with the concept of having imprisoned all of those sorcerers, so, like, you know, they're doing good work, but technically they have a lot of friends in a particular one of the country, but they're not technically loyal to any faction in particular. They're just doing their best, okay? Vertera Palmer said, rest in peace, Pumpkin. Yeah, Ren is a creative sort when he's given the opportunity. He made a tiefling out of his pumpkin using rinds for sculptures. Mav just shot hers with arrows for target practice, so that's alright. Gaston, he carved a dragon onto his because he's a follower of Bahamut and he loves dragon stuff. Gary, he didn't even get to, like, he barely got to do anything. He just drew a face onto this pumpkin and it turned out to be sentient. So this pumpkin's, like, flirting with him. He's like, okay, that's nice. And Nate, he destroyed his and thought it was funny. And you know what? Ren thinks it's funny too, so they're okay. Aw, and thank you, Sean Thomas. They said your art is great, KN. Thank you. I'm glad that you liked it. I know I got off on, like, I love telling stories, so it's easy for me to, like, go off talking to people. Oh, and was somebody asking who's streaming right now? I looked and saw Neo Galaxy Prime said, I'm sure that KN is live streaming right now. Yes, that's me! It is KN now. Haley Mitchell said, I love Nate's pumpkin. Yeah, you know, he's a real funny guy. He has a very sweet heart underneath that fighty exterior, but you know what? He's got an interesting sense of humor also. Alright, let's see. I need to go back to coloring Gaston. I am going to... I've got him in green. So let's go to the green. He also has green eyes like Mav does. Interesting. Alright, let's make Gaston clothes. This character is reclaiming the name Gaston to me, because, like, at first, I couldn't think of anything but, like, Disney's Gaston, but he's so different from that and a very, like, noble, like, kind person, so I'm like, yes. Now I have multiple different things to think about when I hear the name Gaston, which is, good. Let's see. Oh, okay, so that is dark green up there, that's okay. Alright. Let's stay here. It's dark green at the collar. Rachel Lisa C said, I've just got this Gaston song stuck in my head now. Yeah, you know what, same. It's because, like, every time I keep having to write his name down, I'm like, Gaston! I think you guys might have noticed. I'll check that detail in a minute. He's got, like, all these vines, which are gonna be green against his green shirt, but you know what, that's okay. There we go. Sparky Raptor said, no one smites like Gaston. And Coconut Umi said, no one carves a pumpkin like Gaston. I can't get the rhythm for that one. No one carves like Gaston. How about that? No one praises Bahamut like Gaston. Beautiful. Here we go. Hello to you too, Jimmy49123. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. Oh, Stella Kai said, no one kills pumpkins like Gaston. Well, technically, Gaston was gentle with his pumpkin and made beautiful artwork. Mav shot hers, and Nate, that's kind of overkill, buddy. But you know what? At least he's having a good. He's so proud of it. Like, he's so proud. Let's see. Okay, let me keep going. One interesting thing, I guess. Maybe not. One thing about my new setup, I don't know if this is interesting or not exactly, is that my computer screen, like my main monitor, is higher up than it used to be. Like, my computer screen and my tablet used to be on the same level with each other, but now the computer screen's, like, mounted up higher. Like, there was literally nowhere else it could go for everything to fit. So, like, I have to literally look all the way up to see, you guys in the chat. Coconut Woomy, enjoy your coffee. Mine is still cold. I should heat it up. Goodbye for now, Georgina Scott. Have a good rest of your evening. And hello, Gotcha Ekrin. I hope you're having a good evening, or morning, or afternoon. I have no idea what time it is for you. Goodbye for now, Callum Kent. And hello, Phantom7620. They said, you need Vinny to sing that. He'd probably have a good time. Rachel Schilder said, I don't drink coffee, I'm sorry. You don't need to be sorry. I didn't drink coffee for many, many years. I've told this story before, but like, I don't think I drank any coffee at all until I was at least like 19. And you know what? It just tasted bad. It smelled good, but it tasted horrible. So like, I had no motivation to drink coffee for many years. But I went one time up in Alaska, like Alaska. We went camping like near the water, and it was so cold. Like, the rest of the family had, like, nice RVs with heating and stuff, but no, I was in just, like, a regular old tent with a sleeping bag, and I was so cold. It was terrible. And and then the next morning, I went to go visit my aunt in her fancy warm RV. And she had like some hot coffee going with like some creamer, and I was desperate for anything warm, and so I drank that coffee. And you know what? It wasn't that bad, and it saved my life, so... then after that, I was a little more curious about coffee because my tastes had changed a little bit, maybe. And, like, I just started on chai lattes because that's not even coffee, that's just tea and milk. Hot and delicious. And then, like, I kind of got into coffee from there, but it started with coffee saving my life. And then went to, like, the sweet stuff. And then went to, like, the more bitter stuff. Like, all I do with my coffee now is I just have, like, regular coffee with, just a little bit of half and half in it, so I don't even take it very sweet now. I used to use, like, sweetener, and vanilla creamer, but now I don't even do that. It's just the half and half. Okay, let's see. I colored a little too far with that one. Hang on. Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, let's get the lad's sleeve. Only one of the players from the campaign have seen this image so far. I am very, very good pals with the gal that plays Gary, the half-elf bard. And she saw the line art, but the others don't even know I'm drawing a thing, so it's going to be a Halloween-related surprise. Rachel Schilder said hot chocolate's my fave. I've got hot chocolate in the cabinet. I've been thinking about, like, having some, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Stardown is here. Hi, Stardown. And it's okay. You go keep your brother company at the hospital. I'm sensing that there's conversation about, like, pumpkin pie in the chat. Let me check. There's Pumpkin Hill from Maya Abraham. Oh, there it is. It was Bailey Maloney talking about pumpkin pie. Somebody else probably brought it up. Stella Kai. Yes. Stella said, I'm having delicious pumpkin pie. That was one of the last things that I did before moving away to my new town. My grandfather and I went to, like, Marie Callender's and got some really rad pie. Oh, it was delicious. I need to go on my yearly pumpkin pie hunt soon. I don't know where they sell it now. It doesn't quite count just buying a slice of pumpkin pie from, like, Safeway or something. It's like, it's better if it comes from, like, a smaller time bakery. So, I'm gonna have to see what's around. Okay. Was that... Oh, yes. Let me get his eyes real quick. He's also got... What? My watch is making weird noises at me. Okay. Gaston. Eyes. Oh. Okay. Okay. Here. I guess they're a little darker than Mav's eyes. Just a little. And let's turn that on. And it's okay. Nobody will be any the wiser that I colored the back of the eyes on that layer. No one cares. Okay, alright, good. Okay, that's Ren and Mav and Gaston. Rainboom Blitz said, I would really want to get a pumpkin pie and the pumpkin spice latte. Beautiful. Yeah, that sounds tasty. I do need to go and search for a delicious pie. But not yet. I'll give it a little bit more time. Not that I would mind if I saw where the pie would come from, but the true hunt is not yet. Okay, let me open... here we... this one doesn't have Gary's eyes. What color are your eyes, Gary? I just realized every time I've ever drawn this man, I had him in sunglasses. Yeah, I've drawn Gary 2 times, and he's wearing sunglasses both times. I think he's got brown eyes. Yeah, I think so. There's Gary playing his harp guitar. And Ren is trying to learn how to play the harmonica because it's hard to carry drums around. Like, he very rarely has access to drums, but he loves music, so... He loves also the sound of piano because his mother used to play it, but he doesn't know how to play piano, and he wouldn't know how to tote a giant piano around anyway. Gary just got a piano though, and so he's going to learn, so maybe they can both learn the piano. But Gary is an actor primarily, a musician secondarily. Alright. Oh, no! No. Alright. Gary. Let's begin. Blader saying, hello, welcome. They said, hey there, what did I miss? Well, all we've been doing is just, chilling while I work on flat colors for just a DnD drawing that, I did for fun. It's not really for a project or anything, I just wanted to draw a fun October image to, give the group as a gift. And the other purpose is just that I wanted to test out the live streaming equipment to make sure that I can do Fun Friday this week, and I won't need Jazzy to cover another one. Thank goodness he was ready and willing to help, because like for 2 weeks I had all of my computer equipment dismantled and put in boxes because I just moved to a new town. So Jazzy was covering the Friday streams, and I hope you guys had fun. Jazzy's got more equipment for doing like gaming related streams. I haven't for a while been in a position to do that, except like sometimes with like computer only games. Like I played The Lion King the other day, that was fun. I say the other day, that was like 4 weeks ago. I'm not sure. Kirsten Johnson was asking KN if you could babysit a Sonic character, who would it be? Well, that implies it's one of the younger ones, because, like, I don't think that you usually get a babysitter when you're, like, 15, like Sonic. So if it was one of the smalls, I think probably I would prefer to watch Cream, because she wouldn't give me any trouble, and I actually like tea parties. So I think that would be alright. I think I'd be scared to watch Charmy or Marine. They're adventurous and kind of troublemakers, so you know, that would be a bit much. I don't think they would pay me enough to try to handle those two. So I would pick Cream. Nafisa Ahmed said, you should do more D&D art streams, KN. I could consider it, but I don't think, like, I'm not sure if there's, the right audience for it on the Sonic Song channel, because I do specialize in Sonic over here, so, like, people kind of know what, you know, when they come over to the Sonic Song channel, they sort of know what they're gonna get. And so I think usually people would be more interested in seeing my Sonic artwork over here. Even though it's kind of fun to shake things up from time to time, which is what I'm doing at the moment. But I wouldn't mind doing more, like, if I do more, like, non-standard hours streams. 'Cause, yeah, it'd be fun to see, like, what your guys, like, for those of you who play D&D also, it'd be kind of fun to see what your characters look like. I just enjoy seeing people's designs. It's good stuff. And, like, people get really attached to their D&D characters, and so when they talk about them, like, there's often a lot of, like, you know, there's passion in the conversation. People just, like, they love to talk about their characters, and it's a lot of fun to hear also. But maybe I could do it some more, but from, you know, not like the Fun Friday hours where everybody's there for, like, clearly for, like, Sonic Song stuff. CJ the Beast said, I just like to watch you draw, Kayan. You should give yourself more art freedom on stream. Maybe. Like, I think it wouldn't hurt to do, like, a separate, like, non-Sonic art stream. Whenever I've got, like, some time for it, because it is fun, and I do like to share my original works, or my non-Sonic stuff with you guys sometimes, because, you know, it's just plain fun. Just plain fun. But I also want to make sure I give you guys what you want here on the channel, and I'm pretty sure, like, everybody's favorite is Sonic, which is something like everybody, like, pretty much everyone on the channel knows about Sonic, so, like, we're all able to relate on that level. So maybe I will do some, because that would be kind of fun, because I do enjoy drawing some of my own stuff also. Quick hello to Tails the Fox, who I think just came in. Hello. Have Faith said, character designs are kinda hard to make, but they are so worth making. The results are always good. Yeah, it's a satisfying feeling when you come up with a design that you like. An area that I'm not so great at with character design is costuming and outfits. Like, I've never been good at that. I'm not the most creative when it comes to clothes. I didn't have to invent the design necessarily for most of the characters in this picture. Like, everybody sent me, like, reference images of what the character basically looked like, and then I kind of put it together from there. So, like, you know, I had stuff to work from. Again, like, you can't really see his, whole body design, but I really had fun, designing Renaud. I love him. He's a sweet baby. Let's see. David Hitchcock, let me see if I can catch that question. They said, hey, why don't you play D&D with some friends on the channel at some point? It'd be fun if it could be Sonic themed. You know, funny story, what first got me, alright, so here is the story of me and Dungeons and Dragons and how it's related to Sonic the Hedgehog. Alright, so what got me into D&D in the first place is that generally I always thought it was a neat idea. I really liked the concept of it, but I never seriously thought about playing it until, like, I got really into this podcast called The Adventure Zone with the McElroy family. Oh my goodness, the Adventure Zone, it was so good. Adventure Zone Balance, I guess, I need to differentiate. But back when I was watching it, it was only just that one, but they've done other Adventure Zones since then. But I loved that thing so much, it was so good. And I was like, I would love to do, like, a D&D game on the Sonic Song channel. That would be awesome. Like, it would be my idea was that it would be, like, super meta. And, like, it'd be like, I don't know, Maria Robotnik the Hedgehog is the DM, and it's like Sonic and Shadow and Silver and Espio or something, like, all coming up with their own D&D characters, so it's the Sonic characters playing D&D characters, and I thought, like, it's a game within a game, and I thought that would be a lot of fun, and so I was like, well, all I have to do in order to do that is learn how to DM a D&D game. And so I was like, well, I should just learn how to play the game in general. So my friends invited me to a game they had ongoing because they had recently lost some players, and like, well, Kayan, you can join in with our game. And that's the one I joined with my human wizard, Hayden. And it was a ton of fun. Oh my goodness, so much fun. But, well, there was a bit of an issue in that I discovered then D&D is a very complicated game. I think that you can just jump in with both feet and learn as you go, but, like, it was a steep learning curve for me, even though I was having a blast the whole time. And then I just kind of realized, like, you know what? This is actually, it would be a lot more difficult than I thought to do a Sonic Song D&D game while also getting, like, Ask the Sonic Heroes episodes out and stuff. There's a lot of stuff I would do, I think if I was like, if I just had enough time and enough of the right kind of help. Oh my goodness, Sparky Raptor. Vince, what are you thinking over there? Sparky Raptor slash Vince said, D&D for Sonic, you say? I might have some ideas for that. Mwahaha. Oh my god. Vince slash Sparky Raptor, he actually is a DM, so he already knows how to do it. Dorami's Melody said Vince is getting ideas. Yeah, an intro guy said, Vince, no offense, but you scare me sometimes. No, Vince is just a mad genius, that's all. I don't know exactly what shade of brown Gary's eyes are. They look like they're gonna be reddish brown? Maybe like, okay, I think, whoa, what's going on there? I think this is what I'm gonna do for Gary's eyes. I'm gonna make them the same brown as his hair. Give him the sheen. And let's just do that to start with. But here's what I'm gonna do. Let me pull my color thing here. I'm gonna give him sort of like a honey brown, sort of like little center ring in his eyes. I'm gonna give him some fancy pretty eyes. They're so small though, it's harder to see. Like if this was a bigger image, this would be a little bit more prominent, but that's how I'm gonna handle this. Alright. It's subtle, but still good. Still good. Safe! Nicole, hello! SPD64 is here, and she said, doth I smell D&D? Yes! Hello, that's Nicole from the SPD64 channel. Yeah, I'm doing, oh, I forgot to turn off Ren's lair here. Yeah, I was just drawing my D&D squad as part of a equipment testing live stream, Nicole. Nicole actually drew Renaud for me. I commissioned her for some Ren art, and it is the cutest thing on the planet. Let me go get it for you guys. It turned out so well. She drew him so good, and I knew she could because I've seen the way she draws Verico from her D&D game with Vince, and so I was like, this is a woman that will be able to figure out how Renaud's tiefling horns work, because like they're very curly and that makes them kind of complicated. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, yes, that is the Monkey King, excuse me. Copy image. Alright, here we go. Nicole, I'm gonna show off your artwork on the stream. Okay, here we go. This is, okay, so again, reminder, this character is mine. His name is Renaud, and, he's my tiefling cleric. Very fighty boy, but also a sweet cinnamon roll when he's given the chance. And, here's the drawing that, Nicole, or slash SPD64 made for me. I commissioned her. She does beautiful artwork. The thing about this is that, like, Ren's favorite thing about ordinary civilian life is bread. He loves bread. Like, he went to the bazaar with his new friends, and, like, he was just like, what? You can just, like, walk up and have bread? And they're like, yeah, sure you can. And, like, he discovered, like, what a pretzel was, and that was, like, the thing that he was so impressed by about ordinary non-war-torn civilian life, that, like, recently another character sort of fell into this situation from, like, another plane slash dimension, and, like, he's sort of Ren's responsibility to keep an eye on, to make sure he adapts well and he stays safe. And the very first thing Ren did, he's like, okay, come on, I'm gonna show you the best thing. And they went to the market street, and Ren got him a pretzel. Yay! Courtney said, that's valid, fresh bread is amazing. Yay! CJ the Beast said, wow, Nicole, that's really good. And SPD64, he said, he's a true gamer, get that bread. Rosemary Rivera said, my older brother likes playing D&D. It's a fun game. It is a lot of fun. Good way to hang out with friends. And SPD64 said, this was a fun commission to do. And I thank you again. I love this piece. It's, I've commissioned artwork of, Ren a couple of times, just because it's really interesting to see how other people, like, handle his art style. Yours, has been my favorite so far. And I knew you were gonna knock it out of the park, because, like, I could see you already knew how to handle curly tiefling horns. I'm like, yes, I know Nicole can do this one. And Sparky Raptor said, that is precious. Yes. Thank you again, Nicole. It's very cute. Okay, I'm gonna take it away. Alright, I have so much more coloring left to do. I'm really not sure how long I should stream. I think I need to, like, go get food or something at noon-ish. So, we'll find out. Let me see if I can at least get, like, the flat colors on the characters done. I don't know if I'll get to the pumpkins in the environment, though. Alright, let me see. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. It's time for Gary's clothing. Okay. He's got this thing going on for his whole jacket. Let's... Oh, I've already got a layer for that. Good for me. And I don't need the blue layer on, since this is a darker color. I only need the blue layer when I'm working on a lighter color. It just helps me see better. Alright, let's get a little bit of color in here. I've been chit-chatting a lot, but you know, no pressure on this stream. This is a really chill one. Alright, let's get this guy. This nice fancy boy jacket. SPD64 said, your party got some cute boys, Can. You know, they're a handsome pack. We only have one lady in the crew. She's not the only, like, she's our only, like, main crew lady, and she's the only one that knows what's going on. The rest of us are handsome and dumb. We're doing our, everybody has, got their specializations that they're smart about, but, we make many foolish decisions. A quick rundown again for anybody who hasn't been here since earlier. This is my boy. His name is Renaud. He is a tiefling life cleric, which means he's a healer. He also prides himself on being a doctor, because he also knows practical medicine. In case he is in, like, an anti-magic field or something, he can still assist you with your injuries. He's had a really rough life, but really he is eager for making friends and socializing, and he is actually a sweet cinnamon roll when he's not backed up into a corner. This is Maverick. Her actual name is Mayberry. She's a high elf ranger slash fighter. I think she has more levels in fighter technically, but she's played more like a ranger. She used to be a professor, but she got married to a woman who's she's like, I'm not sure exactly, there's some mystery surrounding this, but Mav's wife is like she's connected to the Fey courts from the Feywild in some way, and people keep trying to mess with her, and so Mav became, like, Mav's like, she's an elf, she's like 300 years old, and she spent at least 100 of those years learning how to kick people's butt for messing with her wife. But, I think her wife is, like, missing now. She doesn't know what happened to her, but, Mav is now she's the mom friend of the group and has basically adopted all of these idiot sons whom she loves, but, like, they need a lot of help. This fellow here, he is a human paladin, follower of Bahamut. His name is Gaston de Martin, and, he's a very, noble sort. He's a knight, and he's just, you know what, he's doing his best. He is doing his best. He also really loves animals. He's got, like, a pet lizard and, like, he's got the spell Find Steed, and that horse is, like, his best friend. But, Gaston is a, noble warrior, but he's dumb like the rest of us, okay? I saw how dumb he was when the characters went to the club. You don't fool me, Gaston, he's not as smart as he looks. He's, he actually carries himself very well. And this is a half-elf bard. His name is Gary. His name is quote-unquote Gary Tillerman. He's actually somebody really important from, like, Feywild royalty, but he, like, ran off to, the Prime Material, like, the regular world, basically, so that he ran away to become an actor, because, like, his whole family kinda sucks, and so he's like, you know what, I'm gonna follow my dreams and become an actor. But, I think because of his, familial connections, a lot of really bad news evil people want to mess with Gary, and Gary just wanted to make an acting troupe and put on some Shakespeare plays, okay? What's wrong with you people? So, he kind of got involved in all of this against his will. He's, very charismatic, very charming, but as friendly as he comes off, he is very closed off to other people. Like, he's got some trust issues because he was raised by people who were very manipulative and couldn't be trusted, so he's not used to being able to, like, depend on anybody. So, he's got some problems. But that's our bard. And this guy here, his name is Nathaniel Keene of the House Keene. He's basically a prince, but he's got, he kept getting into fights and stuff because he loves fighting and making trouble and stuff. So, you know what, his dads, they decided to send him out into the world to go and do, helpful things. They're like, okay, Nate, if you're gonna, like, run around punching people and getting into fist fights, please do it for, like, a good cause. So we want you to go out into the world, find a worthy cause that means something to you, and then go fight, like, for a good reason. And Nate's like, ugh, okay, fine. And so he's, like, kind of the group's, wild child / party boy / like, fighty lad who probably should have ended up in jail a couple of times, but he's turning it around. He is currently using his fighting skills to, rescue people who have been held captive and fighting, like, evil people that want to explode the planet. And, well, also, he turned out to be a big softie also because, like, he thought Ren was real cute and then they ended up dating. So that is the squad. Renaud, Maverick, Gaston, Gary Tillerman of the Gary Tillerman acting troupe, and Nate, or Nathaniel Keene. So this is, that's the squad. Alessio Peru said, I'm not an expert, but what's D&D exactly? D&D is it's a tabletop RPG game that you just kind of sit and play with your friends, and it stands for Dungeons and Dragons. And, well, the simplest way to explain it is that, like, it's got, like, rule books and guidelines and stuff, and you play with dice to help decide, like, whether your actions were successful or they weren't successful, and things like that. But the whole premise is just you and some friends get together and you tell a fantasy story. One of you is the person who's the DM or the dungeon master, and that's the person that kind of, like, invents the world. And, like, most of the characters, like, that person is the video game. And all of the other friends that come and play are the players of the video game. And so you kind of go through this world and interact with things that your dungeon master puts out in front of you, and you go on epic adventures. SPD64 said, D&D is love, D&D is life. Yes, it's really a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Wildstyle1102 said, my history / government teacher used to hold a D&D club. Yes, I have heard of that. Like, we didn't have that in, like, my school or any of my schools that I had been to, but, like, sometimes schools have D&D clubs where you can sort of, like, learn with your classmates, with a teacher. I'm pretty sure the teacher's usually the DM. Or one of the students might be a DM, but the teacher is, like, the moderator and, like, keeps an eye on things to make sure it's going okay. But, yeah, it's really a lot of fun. It's a very enjoyable experience. I've got 2 main games that I'm in. This one... I've got this one, which is the newer one of the 2, and then my other one where I'm a human, I am a human wizard. He's an evocation wizard, so his focus is the big exploding spells, and his name is Hayden. But actually, the reason why Hayden specializes in big boom magic isn't because he necessarily wants to destroy things and, like, blow stuff up. It's because when you're an evocation specialist wizard, it means you can, like, you have better control over your big, like, explodey fireball spells. And because you have that extra control, it means you won't hurt your friends when you're, like, dropping, like, big scary magic everywhere. And so, like, that's Hayden's whole thing. Like, you'd think that being, like, a, big boom magic spell wizard would mean you're kind of like a violent type, but he's really not. He's actually way more of a protector than anything else. He just specialized in it to make sure he doesn't accidentally hurt his friends. But he's a good lad too. He's the D&D character I've had the longest, and I love him. He's very good. Alright, let's get this sleeve in here. Sparky Raptor / Vince said, D&D is like roleplay in forums with friends, but at a table with dice, using miniatures, maps, and lots of acting and fun. Yes, it's good stuff. Alan Carrillo said, I only played a little bit of D&D. My computer science class, or something related to computers, had us come up with D&D characters, and we played a little bit of it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I feel like it gets even more fun over time once you really hit, like, a good stride with your party, because, like, my favorite thing about it is, like, the relationships that you can build between the characters, like the friendships and the bonds and stuff like that. Like, it's interesting. I think I can categorize that as the character development is one of my favorite parts. I like to see everybody, learn and grow and learn how to work together in, like, to become more effective in combat situations, and it can be really funny, like, finding ways to get out of being in combat situations. So it is good stuff. It's good stuff. Let me get your sash color. There we go. Alright, let me back up a little bit and take a look at that. You know what? I thought that looked a little strange. Let me go all the way to Gary's line art. I've got one labeled layer in Gary's line art, and it's stubble, lol. So here's Gary clean shaven. Here's the stubble. Okay. Anyway, these stubbly men. I am looking for... Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. You know what, that's fine. This can be anywhere. Alright, so I would have done... Oh, that's way too thick. Okay. And like here, there, and down. Okay. Yeah, that works. I, like, didn't have a line for, like, where his back was, and I thought it looked a little off. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Okay, now I need... I think it's just, like, this isn't a different color. Whoops! It's just also blue. It's also blue. So much chill jazz. Oh, Courtney said, I'm playing the Curse of Strahd module with some friends, and we've had some interesting times so far. Can't wait until I actually get to implement my Drow's backstory. Nice. My friend who plays this character, Gary, she recently picked up the module for Curse of Strahd, and so I might get to play that one at some point, and I'm excited just because, like, I know how she will inevitably play a character like Strahd, and it's gonna probably... I think that we're gonna take it as seriously as possible, but inevitably Strahd's gonna end up being hilarious. Just, you know, because, like, it's not like the DM is given a script they, like, have to perform these characters just on the fly. And I know what her style often is with characters like that, so I'm like, that's gonna be both menacing, it's gonna be menacing and terrifying, and then also probably funny. Hello, Antique Spider! Welcome to the stream! Antique Spider said they're new in the chat. Welcome! Sonic Kid said, Can, do you like Disney Descendants? I saw the first Disney Descendants and I thought it was fun. I think I liked it, but it's been a while. I only watched the first one though. I thought it was an interesting premise. Okay, saving my work. Alright, I've got the flat colors done for Ren, Mav, Gaston, Gary, and now I can do Nate, whom I love and adore. He is a very fun character. Also just because he's such like a fighty boy, but he turned out to be like really soft also. he's got a sweet fluffy heart in there. This poor baby, I mentioned before, this poor... He will destroy anybody who tries to fight him. He loves fighting, but he's like literally ended up crying 3 times because bad stuff happened to Ren and he was really upset about it. And frustrated because he was like, I was like right there. One of those times it was just like, they were fighting a beholder out of nowhere, and a beholder is like a really scary like monster thing. And it does some pretty rough stuff to you. And it basically one-shot killed Ren, like right in front of like Nate trying to beat it up. And Nate was like, what? No! It just did a lot of damage with like its I-beam thing, and Ren just died right on the spot. And Nate got so upset and punched well, technically Gaston, I think. Alright, so everybody did a lot of damage. It was actually Mav, now that I think of it, who killed the Beholder right after that happened. She moved between, like, Ren and the Beholder, and then she, like, got it with an arrow and finally put the, Beholder down. And then Nate walked up and punched it in the eye, and then he went and cried on Ren, but it was okay. Ren got up again later. But yeah, like, that's not even the only time. There were 2 other times, so it turns out Nate's kind of a soft boy. He couldn't help it, though. That was pretty extreme. Real quick, DBL was saying, for the uninitiated, there I go, initiative! The Beholder is a large floating head with 1 very large central eye with 8 other eyes on long eye stalks. Yes, it's, I don't know that we had the levels for it, but, we did defeat it in the end, and, Ren was okay afterwards because they had an NPC, or one of the DM's characters was with us that, had the ability to, bring him back up, but, that was very distressing for Nate. SPD64 said, what music are you listening to? It sounds familiar. Honestly, I have no idea. It's, no copyright, coffee house jazz, calm jazz music, relax music meditation is the name of the thing. So I don't actually know what it is called. Yes! And Sparky Raptor said, Beholders are terrifying and a good way to test your party's teamwork. Actually, we were pretty smart about it. Because of the environment we were in, Nate was able to cast a spell called Darkness that kind of blinded the top eye stalks and made a lot of trouble for it, so it wasn't able to use a lot of its big scary magic because it couldn't see where the heck we were. So that was a good move. But whenever it was able to peek around, like, through that situation, somebody always got shot by an I-beam. Gaston did too, but Gaston's a paladin and took that hit like a champ. He got shot by that I-beam thing first, and Gaston was like, what, is that all you got? And just, like, ran up with his sword and kept beating it up. Ren was trying to keep his distance and fight with, like, a spiritual weapon, which was, like, a shadow glaive. So he was trying to stay away, but he got shot anyway. And And that was sad because Ren's got like at least just half of the HP or hit points that Gaston has. So Gaston took it like a champ. Ren just flat out died. It was terrible. And also it tried to turn Gary to stone, and Gary was very disturbed by that. Anyway, it is Nathaniel time. Ooh, okay, let's see. I already have a reference for coloring work. This was the first time okay, no, this is the second time I drew Ren and Nate, but the first time was very much a prototype image, and I hadn't, like, figured out what the designs were exactly, so it looks a little bit off. It's kind of outdated, but it's okay. It gives me what I need. Okay, so let's go to Nate's coloring. No, not that. Nate. Skin tone. Okay. Here we begin. Hello, Wyatt Yhog. Welcome to the random Wednesday stream. We are just chilling while I work on doing some of the flat colors for a D&D drawing that I'm making for my group. I'm here to just test out my equipment to see that everything will be okay for me to take over Fun Fridays again. Thank you again. Shout out to Yo Jazz Hey for running the streams for me for the 2 weeks that I was gone. I was moving to a new city, so like all of my streaming and art equipment and my computer and stuff, it was all packed up in boxes for like 2 weeks, so I had very much needed the assistance, so I am thankful that he rose to the occasion so that you guys could still have somewhere to hang out at the usual Friday place. Wyatt Yhog followed up saying, "Nice, Can. I just got finished recording a drawing video for Halloween." Ooh. Very nice. That is cool. Yeah, this one's a Halloween-themed image also. I started it in September because I knew I was going to be really busy, and if I wanted to do like a big fancy Halloween drawing for the D&D group, I knew I needed to start early because I also knew I was moving away. So, and that obviously slowed me down, but finally it is coming along nicely, and I'm really happy with it at this point. I think what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna just finish up the flat colors on the characters, which means Nate here is the last one. And then I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today because I probably should go and I think I'm gonna go to the Starbucks, to be honest. My coffee is cold, and I want to go on a walk and stretch because I've been drawing since I woke up this morning while getting like used to my computer equipment being all set up. So I think that's gonna be the plan. When I finish the flat colors for this character, whose name is Nate or Nathaniel, I will go. Uwu Oo Fang said, "Hey KN, did you react to the memes Jazzy made? If so, what did you think?" I saw some of them. Boy oh boy. Jazzy's got a better feel for memes than I do. I thought that they were amusing. I saw the very beginning of the meme stream. I think that was just that was last week's Fun Friday, and that was a fun idea. I'm glad you guys were having a good time. What is this? Okay, that's just a message from the fam. Everything is cool. I'm glad they gave me that reminder though, because it was something I definitely would have forgotten. Let's see. I'm probably going to mispronounce this, and I apologize as always, but hello to Hosea Rao. Hello, welcome to the chat. I hope that you are having a good Wednesday so far. we're just here chilling, and I'm probably gonna wrap it up pretty soon. I'm just gonna finish the flat colors for this character that's on screen right now, and then I'm gonna go and acquire something to eat, because I am hungry, and I could use a walk, so I'm probably gonna go out someplace. Do 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 do. Introgeist said, this music gives me Untitled Goose Game vibes. I haven't gotten the chance to I haven't gotten the chance to play Untitled Goose Game, so I don't know what the music is like. That's interesting, though. Wyhog said, I've been watching the Taverns Deep streams at Ovos for a while now, and that's how I got into DnD. Never played it before, though. That's okay. I got into D&D from a podcast called, it was called The Adventure Zone, and it was really, really good. But that's how I got into it, and I was just listening to a podcast of D&D for like a year before I tried playing it myself. Here we go. Alright, let's get his other arm. Do 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 do. Ooh, oh, Fangs said, I actually never heard of D&D before, but it sounds fun. Yeah, that's short for Dungeons and Dragons. And Courtney / Project SMT said, Taz, or The Adventure Zone, is amazing. Everyone should listen to it. The only thing about The Adventure Zone is it's, I wouldn't say, it's good for, young kids. It's probably like a teens and up kind of situation because of the way the things that they joke about in there, but it's really, really good. I absolutely loved that. It's really silly a lot of the time, but oh my goodness, that game / the story they told had me in tears a good number of times. It's a very exciting, very interesting story, so it's good stuff. Good stuff. Roly Polio 4 said, hey Ken, do you read the Sonic IDW comics? I think, they said, issue 33 just came out today. You know, I am not keeping up with the IDW comics. I have sort of experienced them by watching Adrenaline dubs. If you guys have heard of them, they do really good work with dubbing the comics. It's just, I didn't get started when they were new, so I'm too far behind. I don't really have the time. I have read a couple of the comics just because Sasso from Sasso Studios, he lent me some of his comics, so I read those ones. But I am not keeping up with them at this time, no. Okay, let's see. I think I can close these two. Alright, let's get Nate's hair. He's got a dark brown going on here. Okay. Next. Nate. Oops. Hair. Okay, next. David Hitchcock said, hey, they made official British Sonic the Hedgehog RPG books. They're really simple and fun. Maybe you guys could use one of those for a game. They're awesome. Really? I haven't heard of that before. Interesting to think about, though. A Sonic RPG book. Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. Sparky Raptor said, D&D got me years ago, but I fell in love with it by watching Critical Role. Not family friendly, but you can tell they have fun voice acting and interacting with each other. Yes. I have not watched Critical Role. I do have a hard time getting into things if it's too far ahead of me already. It's a lot easier for me if I'm starting when a project or show is new, so that I don't feel like I've got just millions of years of stuff to listen to before I can catch up to the fandom. But I do follow a lot of people on Twitter who make Critical Role artwork, and I feel like sometimes I kind of know what's going on because of the artwork that comes out every Thursday, or like Friday, I guess, because people need the time to draw it. But yeah, I know that's really popular and people having a good time. I'm a little too far behind. It's part of why I cry about Taverns Deep. It's too far ahead of me, so I have trouble catching up. So just when I'm able to listen on certain Saturdays, I just listen to like the current episodes of Taverns Deep. That's Ovos's, that's their D&D game. Cause like, I love it, but I just can't catch up. It's real tough when like the average stream lengths are like 4 hours, because you know what, a good D&D game is about like at least that long, and you know, if you get the option, going for even longer is way more fun. But boy howdy does it make it hard to catch up. So I try to absorb what I can on the fly, because I'm really far behind. Like the first episode I listened to was when Nate's character Avok was first introduced, but then I missed a bunch after that. That was like when I first like came around to it, but I'm so far behind. By the way, quick hello to all of the lurkers who are just listening and chilling. I hope you guys are having a good morning also. I guess it's just about afternoon now, even in my time zone. We've been going for a while. But I've almost got it. Almost got it. Let me back up. Next, let's get Nate's bandages in there. He's always got like some kind of bandage going because he's always like gotten into a scuffle recently. Nate! Band-aids! Okay. Rachel Lisa also says, "Hey Lurker Squad," with a good hand wave. Let's see. Introgeist was clarifying for others in the chat that Taverns Deep is a D&D series on the channel Ovos, run by Vince, or Sparky Raptor, Wolfblade, and Voices of Nathan, and also PC Schnun. That is their game together, and they've got other friends involved, including SPD64, who was in the chat before. I'm not sure if she's still here. But, yes, it's good stuff, very fun. Okay, now he's got his little band-aids on. Sonicil or Sonicil said, "I'm listening to your stream while drawing. Your voice is very relaxing." Aww. Well, I am glad to hear that. I think that's probably what most live streams are. I'm not sure how... I think lots of people find different ways to engage with live streams, but when I do listen to live streams, that's usually what I'm doing. I'm very much a lurker. I almost never say anything in streams. Like, I don't really participate in the chat, you know, unless it's my live stream, then of course I'm talking to you guys. But like if I'm listening to a live stream, it's usually because I want it's nice to kind of have some company in a way while I'm doing my art stuff for many hours. So like it's just like I do that same thing. I'm a lurker. I'm part of the lurk squad. Very rare that I have the guts to say anything in the chat. It doesn't seem like it, but I am a shy sort. That's just me. Courtney from Project S&T said, "Watching art streams always makes me want to draw along." And yeah, like with art streams too, it's kind of like you're drawing with friends. Like, it's been a long time since I've been able to do that, like, you know, outside of like streaming events. But I remember like back in high school, my friends and I always used to
we would just sit in a room together and draw for like 6 hours, and it's a lot of fun to draw like with friends, but it gets harder when everybody's life just gets kind of busier. And also right now with like social distancing happening, that makes it even tougher. Hello, welcome back, Galaxy Laws. CJ is drawing right now. Intergeist said that they usually lurk. Rachel Lisa said, I'm usually chatting and drawing / writing at the same time. Haley Mitchell said, I'm just chilling. SPD64 said, I will say that I was in a bit of a sad mood today and didn't feel like drawing, but this stream has helped and I'm now working on D&D art, so thanks, Kan. Yay! Dude, Nicole, I've been, I'm a Twitter lurker also. I've been really enjoying your, is it OC-tober that you're doing? I'm not sure which hashtags you're using, but, all the nice pictures of Soleil in different outfits have been really fun. And your line art looks so clean on those drawings. Good work. I've been enjoying seeing them on my Twitter timeline, so I hope you're having fun with those. Try not to push yourself too hard. Just remember to like have fun and chill. But they're really good. I've been really enjoying seeing them. Like I wanted to do one of like the hashtags that are going around for like OC-tober. But I did not have my equipment until like literally yesterday, so I'm a little too far behind on day 14. And SPD said, oh, Inktober, yeah, I kind of just stopped at the moment, but I'm glad that you liked them, and it's been fun drawing Soleil in various outfits. I think that the thing that's kind of tough about things like Inktober and OC-tober and things like that is just that, like, it's a lot to do a drawing per day, okay? Like, it's way easier to, like, take a couple of days on an artwork. And so I feel like it can be stressful for people, especially if they make work that's as polished as yours. Like, if you were just doing doodles or something, that'd be a little easier, but you do very polished, like, nice, clean-looking work, and so try not to get overstressed about it. Like, just, if you decide to do more of, like, the Soleil outfits, do them for the love of it, not just for the challenge. Let's see. I think, Paragon's here. Hello, Paragon of Madness. They said, hi, KN and everyone. Can't stay long. Saw this and just wanted to wish everyone a happy day today. Well, happy day to you, too. That's literally what Intergeist just said. Like, word for word. Intergeist said, happy day to you, too. Excellent. Lindsay and Jake Kangaroo Mouse is here, and they said, hi, KN. I'm just checking on the stream. Hello! It's me, Mario. I've just been doing the flat colors for my D&D squad, whom I love very much. I love seeing them in art, so I must make it myself. Which I enjoy. It gives me a good excuse to draw things about something I'm passionate about. So, here we are. And I'm actually gonna wrap up pretty soon. I just wanted to get the flat colors done for the main characters in here. I'm not gonna do the flat colors for the environment and the pumpkins and the big D20 just yet. I'm gonna save that for a little later because I am very hungry. My stomach is growling at me and my coffee is cold. So I gotta go and get some food, I think. Oops. Okay, my god. You're just being weird. There it is. Okay, that's not... I was cheating a little bit with my layer coloring there. I see everybody saying, "Can eat food!" Yep, I will go get noms very soon. I just have to finish Nate's, line art, his, flat colors, and it looks like it's just his eyes and his mouth that are left, and then I will have that section of the art done, and then I can go for a walk and get something fun to eat. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get his mouth first. Okay, now I will. He's got pink teeth, but not for long. Here we go. There. Okay. And he's got kind of some strange eyes also. The tieflings both do. It's actually green instead of white. And center is yellow. And then he's got the little sheen going right there. Okay, there he is. Okay, I think that's it. That's the line art for the whole squad. Let me save my work. Okay, and so I'm gonna eventually finish the rest. Maybe not on like a live stream. I'm probably gonna finish by myself. Oh my goodness, stretch. Okay. Whew. But yeah, that's it. After this, I would normally do like the like some detail work, like putting the streaks in their like hair and making the hair a little bit shiny and doing some basic shading. And then I need to also color the pumpkins and the big D20 and all of that. But this is where I'm going to stop for now. Oh, thank you, Sparky Raptor. He said they have beautiful eyes. Yes, they've got some interesting eyes back there. And yeah, sorry, we're just about to wrap up, Little, but I'm glad that you could catch the very end of the stream here. I think you're not the only one also, who came in kind of at the last second, but I missed. Oh, Banana is here and said hello. And the Cartoon Critic said, Sonic Song, have you ever done speed draw videos? I have a couple of times, but not very often. Yeah, I haven't put up like a lot of speed draws. I'm not sure if that's something that you guys would be really that interested in, but maybe. I forget when the last time I did it was. I think the last time was just like I played it as the background visual for a Fun Friday. I think I had like a speed drawing of Cream I did for Easter, so it's just been a couple of times. Thank you guys. Mickens Mariel said good art. Thank you. And everybody is saying, see you on Friday. Yes, I will be back on Friday because it looks like everything's running smooth. No internet trouble, everything's hooked up all right. I've kind of got my, oh man, something bit me. I've noticed like I was itchy and I'm like, wait, no. So I've been bitten by some kind of a bug. Terrible. And thank you, Idea Maker 6161. They said, great drawing so far. And yes, I will see you guys on Friday. Thank you for joining me and hanging out while I color all of these babies that I love. That is a lot of fun, and I'm really satisfied so far with how this picture's coming along. I think the rest of the party is gonna really enjoy it when it's finished. Alright, everybody, have a good rest of your Wednesday. I will see you guys. I'll be back in action for the regular Fun Friday hours this Friday, so I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Bye, guys! Take care, stay safe, wash your hands! Bye!